Hello guys, welcome back to another English class. Today I'm going to explain you the activities from the Unit 5 in your book number 4. In this case, it is called Bad Decisions Make Good Stories. Objectives: talk about mistakes made in the past or recommend a different action in the past. Talk about possibilities and if the past were different. In this case, we're going to continue with the exercise 5.1 that it says read and answer the questions below. We have in this case a conversation between Jack and his mom, and the idea is we have to read them and then are going to continue with the questions. In this case, they are three. So here we go. Mom, I'm fed up with the situation. I can't find a good job. Why? What's the main problem? I don't have all the skills they are asking for. Too bad. See, you should have gotten your degree. You should have studied another language. Remember we told you, you shouldn't have gone to parties every night. You should have changed friends. They were lazy. Please, mom, stop. Now I see you that you were right. I regret not doing those things you said. Okay, now we have the conversation here, and in this case we have three questions, but these questions are related to you. They are open questions, okay? They are personal questions. For example, the first one, it says, what mistakes have you made in your life? Maybe I wrote this. I didn't study another language before. 2. What things do you regret not having done in your life? Maybe I haven't traveled to many places yet. And what things would you like to change in your life? Maybe I would like to study more, or maybe I would like to take special courses. These questions are about you, okay? They are not related to the conversation. They are about you, okay? Now, on exercise 5.2, that is next to, we have read the situations and make sentences using the recommended modal. In this case, we're going to use in all of the sentences should have. For example, we have the first situation that it says, David forgot his wife's birthday. In this case, I wrote, David should have bought something to have. Maybe. 2. I failed the TOEFL course. Should have. Maybe. I should have studied more. 3. Carla spent a lot of money on her new laptop. In this case, shouldn't have. She shouldn't have spent too much money. Maybe. 4. Michelle lost her mother's diamond ring. Shouldn't have. She shouldn't have taken it. Okay. And John stood Sally up. In this case, should have. John should have arrived earlier, and the old man forgot his keys, so he broke the window to get into his house. In this case, I wrote, he shouldn't have broken the window, he should have waited somebody's help. It's very important that, don't forget that, we are checking on this unit past modals. We are checking should have, could have, or would have. Okay, now we continue with exercise 5.3 that it says fill the blanks using the correct tense of the verb in parentheses. Now, remember that when you're using past modals, you have to always use the verb into past participle. So we're going to change the verbs that you have in brackets into participle form. For example, the first one says, Marco lent some money to Rose, but she never paid him back. He shouldn't have lent her money. 2. We went to out-of-back restaurant, but the place was dirty and the food was expensive. We should have gone to Mama's restaurant. 3. Mr. Smith fell sick, but he didn't go to the doctor. He should have visited a doctor. 4. My friend didn't arrive to the party. He should have called to the host. And Robert always complains about his job because he doesn't like it. He should have accepted. Okay, in this case, you should try to write the verbs into past participle. Now, to finish with your student's book, we have exercise 5.6 that it says match the pictures with the sentences. In this case, we have the pictures 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and next to we have the sentences that are related obviously with the pictures. Now we're going to read the situations and match the sentences. For example, the first one it says, David shouldn't have jumped from the bungee. In this case, it's a picture number 2 because he broke his leg. Number 2, Sally should have worn a sweater. This case is number 1. Why? Because she has got fever now. 3, Cindy shouldn't have been so rude with her boyfriend. In this case, she is sad and she feels guilty. Okay? 4, Mr. Henson should have paid his taxes. In this case, maybe it's number 4, maybe, or number 5. I think that is number 5. I'm wrong on this part. 5 in this case, because Mr. Harrison didn't pay his taxes and he went to the jail. In this case, it's 5. Sorry, I made a mistake. And Mrs. Davidson should have worked overtime. In this case, it's number 4, because she had a lot of things to do and she didn't work overtime. That's why she had a lot of things more to do. Okay. Now, on your workbook, on exercise 5.1, it says, circle the correct answer. In this case, you have different sentences and the verbs in brackets. They are 2 verbs, and the idea is we have to select the correct verb. For example, we have the first one. He should have buy boat. In this case, boat is past participle. He should have bought a bigger car. 2, they should have taken a taxi because they didn't arrive on time. 3, she should have talked to her boss about her situation. 4, many companies should have hired old people. 5, my cake is a disaster. I should have followed the instructions. 6, we are lost. We should have checked the GPS. 7, I lost my money. I should have kept it in a safe place. 8, Diego didn't arrive to the date, so he should have called me. Ronnie felt sick. She should have gone to the doctor. 10, John burned his hand. He should have been more careful. 11, he shouldn't have driven so fast. Look at his car. It's all destroyed. In this case, driving. And 12, you shouldn't been so rude with him. The past participle been. So please, you have to select in all of the sentences the verb that it's in past participle. Okay? Now, in the next exercise, 5.2, next to, we have 5.2. Read about Jimmy. Jimmy was not a very good employee. He was very lazy. He was always chatting with his friends, and he slept at the office. He ate in his place. He arrived late. He wore tennis shoes and jeans. He never checked reports, and he always watched TV. He always got the tools off when the boss arrived. And in this case, in the exercise, you have to write 6 sentences about Jim and what you have done to keep his job. In this case, we have different verbs. For example, we have chat, wear, watch, arrive, eat, sleep, and dark. For example, I wrote, maybe, he shouldn't have chat at work. Okay? 2, he should have worn tennis at work. 3, he shouldn't have watched TV. 4, he should have arrived earlier. 5, he shouldn't have eaten at his place. 6, he shouldn't have checked the reports. And etc. You can write your options. Now, on exercise 5.4, connect the column with the correct sentences. Now, in this case, we have 6 sentences, and next to we have the complements or the situations in this case. For example, we have the first one. It says, she won't be able to finish her dinner. E, she shouldn't have ordered so much food. 2, this movie is really boring. We shouldn't have chosen a romantic one. 3, I think that dress looks awful on her. She should have chosen a different color, maybe. 4, this food is burnt. In this case, you shouldn't have left in the oven so long. My, my feet are freezing. In this case, B. You should have put on her thicker socks. And I was really late for work today. I should have gone to bed so late last night. Okay? And you have to complete the ideas. And finally, the last exercise we have in this case. Exercise 5.4. Choose the best response. We have different situations. In this case, they are 5 situations. And we have options A, B, or C. A, B, or C options. For example, maybe Tim crashed a car and ran away. Maybe he should have called to the insurance. Number 2. Mary saw a stranger in her neighbor's house. He should have called the police. Maybe. Jenny didn't finish the presentation for the meeting. She should have talked to her boss about the situation. 4. Valentina failed the 3 subjects and she lied to her parents. In this case, she should have told them the truth, and Victor stood Jim up and didn't call her. In this case, he should have called her and apologized. Okay? And that's all about the exercises on your book. Thank you.